Hey guys, I just got back from seeing the movie. Let me tell you, I loved it. I really did. It's not really that scary, honestly. I mean, in the beginning, the Universal Studios and Blumhouse were glitching out, but that's primarily because it's used for effect. The movie starts out with the security guard that's desperately watching the cameras, and there's like all kinds of things going bump in the pizzeria, and he gets attacked. That's a great way to start off a movie. But it basically stays truthful to the games. That's what I like about it. The jump scares weren't really that terrifying, but for an opening, it really did get me excited. So, what's the story? There's a guy, his name is Mike, and he's having a difficult time looking after his little sister, Abby. I really like this character, and I sympathize with him. See, when he was young, he had a little brother named Garrett. He was supposed to be watching him, but he was distracted by a frisbee, and Garrett gets kidnapped. And so he has to take these pills, sleeping pills, I think, and he just dreams of basically memorizing everything that happened. It's actually kind of sad. I feel so bad for him. There's a babysitter named Max that looks after Abby, but we'll get to her when we get to her. So, he has a security job, I think, at a mall, and he attacks a guy thinking that he was abducting a child when that was actually his father. He goes to this guy named Steve, and he doesn't seem too thrilled about Mike's track record. Like, nobody wants to employ him with all the kinds of things that have been going on. Though he does say that there's, like, some night watch guard, and Mike says, I don't do night shifts, or something like that. I mean, I can understand, but seriously, don't take up an opportunity like that. Of course, Steve tells him, in case you change your mind, and gives him a card. And there's this whole thing with Mike and Abby having a rocky relationship. Like, he's not used to, like, taking care of his little sister. Like, they don't really see eye to eye and stuff. She communicates by drawing pictures and stuff. That's something I'm actually doing. There's a quote from the movie that one of the teachers said to Mike. Pictures mean something. And that comes back later. I think there's like a plot point in the movie where there's this aunt that wants to take care of Abby, but Mike is like, she's just doing it for the check. And she just, and even Abby doesn't like the aunt either. I know, these are spoilers. I know I started the review. Anyways, back to what I was saying. The aunt actually has an agenda. She actually wants to actually look after Abby. And yeah, she is doing it for the money. And Max, I thought she was nice, but no. She's basically there to spy and to report to the aunt to tell her about how Mike treats Abby, and it's not good. So she tells them to go trash the place that he's got the job at, Five Nights at Freddy's. Well, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. So Max, her brother, and two cronies break in, and they start, like, demolishing the place. The animatronics attack them. I mean, they are trespassers. They are breaking private property. And I know I need to feel sad, but they brought this on themselves. The animatronics didn't really pose a threat, I mean, besides the beginning. Like, we see Mike. Okay, another thing I don't understand, Mike is sleeping on the job. He takes these pills, and he just, like, sleeps to, like, nature music with a Nebraska poster. Like, he's sleeping on the job. You're not supposed to do that. Also, there's this police officer, Vanessa. She even tells him straight out, no sleeping on the job. She becomes an important character later on. It's kind of hard for me to really talk about the movie because, like I said, I'm not really good at actually reviewing live action stuff. I'm trying as hard as I can to remember everything that happened in the movie. It's just, thought process, still processing what happened. Okay, you ready for me to continue? All right. I get the bond between two cronies. Hard to really process and very hard to watch at moments. Like, it's hard for me really to say, because the kids are like running away from him. But there was, they did love the bond that Abby has with the animatronics. It's very wholesome and very sweet. Meanwhile, you got Vanessa keeping a lookout on Mike, basically telling him what not to do and more information about the kids, the missing kids. It's possible to remember everything that has happened in the movie with the kind of memory that I have. It's extremely difficult, It's not cartoon. All right. Steve would be talking to Mike like how the guy talks on the phone in the Five Nights at Freddy's games. Like, he would say like hello, oh, I see you did go on your first night. Yeah, we don't see Steve again. And it's just kind of kept a mystery, like, hey, where'd he go? I thought he would be like the constant guy that calls the player, but no. I'm like, it's missing. Like, you gotta have that little thing in there. Like, if anything happened in this movie, like, say Mike goes to the pizzeria and then Steve calls him and gives him, like, tips and stuff. Like, do this, do that. He doesn't even talk about the animatronics, like, saying, oh, they do get kind of quirky at night. And they might mistaken you for an endoskeleton and then stuff you in a Freddy Fazbear suit. Like, where is that? Like, if you want to stay truthful to the game, at least add that little bit of obvious thing there. That's the only thing I don't like. Like, that point is missing. And while there are jump scares, there's not really that much. Alright, can you hear me now? Are we good? Yeah? Alrighty. We're back. Sorry about the lag. Like I was saying, it's just sad with the drama that's going on. That particular scene. It's the misunderstanding. And you know the scene I'm talking about. You know when Abby is building that fort with the animatronics, her friends? When she strums Bonnie's guitar, it electrocutes her, but she's back to normal. It just knocked her unconscious. I could see on the animatronics that they were actually worried for her safety. They're actually terrified. And Vanessa says, don't ever bring Abby back here again or I will shoot you. So this leads to Mike making the decision to call Aunt Jean. The aunt that Abby doesn't like. And she literally says, I hate you to him, and starts scribbling on the drawings she did of him. And that aunt makes me so mad. You don't know how mad she makes me. You know how I feel towards Mel from Despicable Me 3, right? That's how mad I get towards Aunt Jean. Oh. So yeah, he goes back to the pizzeria to have these dreams. There's a scene prior to this where he asks the kids, like, what happened to them. And they say that they'll show him if they give him something in return. This eventually leads to the scene I was dreading. The scene I was not expecting. So they draw a bunny, which I think is basically the clue. And then, when he's sleeping again, his dream is not the same. It's actually completely different. They literally changed his dream. Like, they said, well, you wanted to make it to where it was different, like it never happened. And so they're saying that they want Abby. And that's when I was like, shocked. I'm like, I thought she was your friend. There's a darker meaning to this. They want to make her like them, according to Vanessa. Because it's not just their ghosts that are possessing the robots. It's their bodies. Aunt Jean gets killed off by the Freddy animatronic, I think, or Golden Freddy. I don't know. I don't even know if that's Freddy or not. He's got some blue eye on the other side. So yeah, they take a ride that Garrett was holding when he was kidnapped. This, of course, upsets Mike. And so she tells him that I'm no help to you. There's really nothing I can do to help. And while this is going on, Chica's trying to shove Abby into a endoskeleton. She is saved. I mean, it's just sad. It's sad to see that these guys were friends and now, because of William, or I don't know, maybe this is confusing. Vanessa says that he has some power over them, but they clearly look like they're in control right now. They just need a friend to play with. But this is not how you do it, guys. This is not how you do it. And then we get to the spoiler territory. William Afton was Steve, the guy that gave Mike the job. Rest in peace, purple guy. I really thought he was the one. But no, he literally says, first I killed your brother, now I kill you. Great way of revealing yourself. Now I know you did it. He's in a Springtrap outfit. It's just a suit. It's not a fully fledged animatronic. And just when the animatronics are about to attack Mike remembers that the robots communicate with drawings, and so he tells Abby to draw exactly what happened. And so she does. And when the animatronics see that William Afton was actually the bunny that killed them, and she's like, it's really satisfying. It's just really satisfying to see. She's like, they know what you did. And so they turn their back against Afton, and they, yeah, they're not happy. They're not happy. Why would they have no reason to be happy. They are pissed. Like, he literally, he's like, oh, you guys are beasts. The nasty things you are. I made you. Yeah, they didn't ask to be made. And then the cupcake attacks him, and then it leads to him getting spring locked, thus becoming exactly like them. So yeah, Mike saves Vanessa, the animatronics drag Afton away, Vanessa's in the hospital, and Mike takes care of Abby. She does say that I miss my friends, can we visit them sometime? And instead of saying flat out no, he's like, you know what, you never know what's gonna happen. potential sequel, I suppose. So yeah, the ending. Oh yeah, the ending is really satisfying. Afton is like struggling in the suit, and then the ghost of the kid is just closing the door on him slowly. Yeah, you don't deserve to live, dude. After what you did. And yeah, there's that scene where the guy's in the taxi and then the balloon boy shows up. It's like, that is the most common jump scare I've seen. Out of all the jump scares, the balloon boy is the one I've seen a lot. So yeah, that's Five Nights at Freddy's. I'd say the movie is heartwarming and scary. I like the scenes with Abby bonding with the animatronics, though I wish there was more. It's just sad because the sad reality that they just... I like them being friends. I like them when they're being friendly, but not resulting to wanting her to join them as a animatronic. There are other ways of doing it. You guys are having fun the way you were already. You don't have to resort to, that. I got scared when Spring Bonnie tried to kill Mike. It's Springtrap. Springtrap. No offense, Springtrap, wasn't he like in Five Nights at Freddy's 2? Those are with the toy Bonnie, toy Chica, toy Freddy. And there's no Golden Freddy. Unless that was the animatronic that got Abby out of the house. Because it didn't look like Freddy. It looked a bit too golden. The sad reality was, there weren't many people watching the movie with me. There's only 3 people. Only 3 people were there. I was there first, and I thought there were going to be other people showing up, but no. Not many people were watching it with me. And I don't get it. The movie was great. I loved it. It's not scary. I mean, the jump scares are, well, scary, and the criminals that got their just desserts are well deserved. I mean, those cronies got what they deserved, thrashing Five Nights at Freddy's like that, or Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Oh, I'm sorry. Screw it. Those cronies got what they deserved by destroying the pizzeria, like breaking the machines and messing with stuff in the kitchen and stuff. Like, I mean, the animatronics like killed the trespassers, but I know I'm supposed to feel bad, but their intentions. I can't feel bad with because of their intentions on they had to do it. I mean, the only one I feel bad for was that security guard in the beginning, because maybe Afton was controlling them. I know his name is William Afton, the guy that's played by Matthew Lillard. But I kind of decided with, why don't I just say Afton instead? It seems much easier. With my, disability, not really able to remember what happens in live action movies. It's just tragic what happened to those kids. Yes, I'm well aware of the Easter eggs in the movie. The Five Nights at Freddy's poster on the wall, the Let's Eat, the cupcake, the Sparky animatronic, Sparky's Diner, MatPat saying, "That's just a theory." Yeah, I got them. I'm just upset that there was no Mangle animatronic. Mangle is one of my favorite animatronics. Chica's my favorite. But what I don't understand, why is Bonnie blue? Why is Bonnie blue? I thought Bonnie was like a purple bunny. In Five Nights at Freddy's 2, Toy Bonnie is blue. So why is he blue in the movie? I don't know. Maybe they just thought blue was a good color. But he's no Nick Cage. What is that supposed to mean? Mike was in Bridge to Terabithia. Come on, give this guy some credit. I know that movie. I watched it when I was young. I only watched it twice. But I know he was in it. I saw the face. I'm like, hey, that's Josh Hutcherson. There we go. Maybe I should put illumination down a little bit. There we go. Mitchie, you got scared seeing Springtrap? I wasn't scared, just surprised. I really thought that it was going to be the purple guy. Or, I don't know, maybe that theory was debunked a long time ago. I get that he wasn't a bad guy in the Tony Kronite Five Nights at Freddy's series, but I didn't think he'd be the bad guy in this movie. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not really good at memorizing stuff. At least the illumination's almost done. Yeah, but don't worry about me. I wasn't that scared. Please let us get in, don't look us away. We're not like what you're thinking. We're poor little souls before we lost all control, and we've been forced to take that role. We've been all alone, stuck in our little zones. It's 1987. Join us, be our friend, or just be stuck and defend. After all, you only got 5 nights at Freddy's. Is this where you wanna be? I just don't get it. Yeah, the song by The Living Tombstone played after the movie. I know why they brought Springtrap in the first movie. It sucks that Mark wasn't in the movie. I got really mad. Hey, at least we got Matt Pack. After all, he's had a lot of theories on Five Nights at Freddy's. Hello, Internet! I can't do it. Hey, did you see the Sparky animatronic? This stuff always happens. I tend to struggle a little bit when I'm singing the Five Nights at Freddy's song. I mean, Living Tombstone, that's just so iconic. That's literally the theme song to Five Nights at Freddy's. I think Scott worked on this. I mean, the creator of Five Nights at Freddy's definitely had a hand in this. Right? Yeah, I guess Matt does need to be there. I'm proud of that guy. Well, the only reason why Markiplier wasn't there was because he was working on his own movie. But he said he would be there for the sequel. Yeah, will the sequel add the toy animatronics? Or Mangle? Or the puppet? Or Balloon Boy? Yeah, that Balloon Boy was a majority of the jump scares. Besides the cupcake. One thing I don't understand, was it ever revealed if Garrett became an animatronic? I know he got kidnapped, but did he ever get turned into one? I don't know if he's the cupcake, or if he's an animatronic we don't see. On the mirror, when there's electricity going off during Mike's night over at the pizzeria, there's a writing that says it's me. Could that have been Garrett? Or is it not at the games. That's what I don't understand. Like, I'm trying to really pay attention to the Easter eggs and subtle hints and clues that never led to a resolution. So Afton was the guy that kidnapped his brother and killed him. But was he ever turned into an animatronic? It would have been a lot more satisfying to see Garrett get revenge on the dude that killed him. Maybe he's the cupcake, I don't know. But there's like five kids, because you got Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy, as well as the cupcake, so that's 5. So there's no 6th member for Garrett. Hope Mark will be in the sequel. Yeah. There's illumination for you. It would be difficult for me to talk about Five Nights at Freddy's when playing Minion Rush, so I decided to just draw on Adobe Fresco. Maybe Scott did have some involvement with the movie. Maybe he did work on it. My knowledge of Five Nights at Freddy's isn't that big, but from what I do know, I'm pretty sure Garrett will eventually have an animatronic, or just no closure whatsoever. I didn't like when Chica or Bonnie got hurt. It was cute when Bonnie falls. Yeah, when they're building the fort! Those kids have emotions, especially in that suit. I even heard that the animatronic moved on its own. So they're basically alive. Those things are alive. Okay, so writing Illumination's name isn't really going to do much. Oh yeah, you're probably gonna ask, oh, who's that? Oh, this guy? Or this thing? Illumination the Dilophosaur. Unleashes a blinding light. I mean, I always thought Foxy was the scariest. Foxy? Oh, come on, don't be ridiculous. Foxy's not that terrifying. He reminds me of Crash. And if you remind me of Crash Bandicoot, you're not threatening even if you have a hook for a hand. I like foxes. If I had to say the scariest, I'd say Golden Freddy was the scariest, but he wasn't in the movie. There's, like I said, I don't know if Golden Freddy was the one that went to the house and got Abby, or if it was Freddy. Like, it's so confusing, because how is he going to the house, and then outside, and disappears, and he's like on stage? Where's the blue eye? It's just so confusing. Also, Chica's cupcake bites. I know, Chica's got a cupcake. You don't think I saw the cupcake? I saw it had eyes. It mangled someone's face. You know what? That would have made sense if Mangle was in the movie, but nope, there's no Mangle. I know they're trying to be truthful to the source material, but how could you have a Five Nights at Freddy's movie without Golden Freddy? That was missing. Golden Freddy was missing, and the closure with Garrett was missing. I wish he was turned into an animatronic so he can get revenge on Afton. His spirit possessing one of the robots. I don't know, if he was like in the Sparky robot, it don't make sense, but that thing's dismantled. And some doll animatronic, which Abby was going to be placed in. There's just, I think it's missed potential. I call it missed potential. If I try to eat that cupcake, it would bite. I know, don't eat it! Why on earth would you eat it? It's made of steel. Why would you eat it? Why don't you just eat a normal cupcake? Don't eat the one that's on the tray. That is not for eating. That's not on the menu. Yeah, don't try to eat something that's like steel. It's not gonna do you any good. I forgot to... Ah! Oh no! Wait, where's the other one? I heard Chica makes some great pizzas. Yeah, that's another thing. Why don't they eat the pizza at the pizzeria? It's called Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Why couldn't you like made some food or something? I mean, Abby eats spaghetti. There's like, that's another missed opportunity. Why couldn't you guys eat pizza? Heck, why couldn't Mike been eating pizza while he was watching the cameras? Let's celebrate. I think that's one of the posters on the wall. You gotta remember, I just came back from seeing the movie, and I'm trying to process everything I saw in there the best way I can. Which is not easy. Yeah, why couldn't they like ate the pizza at the pizzeria? I wished Mike ate some of the pizza and Abby. I wish there was more screen time with Abby and the animatronics. It was so cute seeing them bond and stuff. Especially that fort. That was great. And seeing how concerned the animatronics were when she was hurt. I saw it. They have really good expression. And even after all of that, she still sees the animatronics as her friends. She even drew a picture of them and put it on the fridge at the house. So yeah. She's like, they're all alone. There's a dying Afton in I think in the office. So, yeah, they are pretty much alone. Was Bonnie cute in the movie? Actually, yes. It was. Bonnie actually was cute. I actually liked the Bonnie animatronic. I don't get why it wasn't purple, because in the games it's purple, but in the movie it's blue. I guess they thought blue was probably a much better color, but Toy Bonnie was the one that was blue. Could have been like an early prototype or something if they just decided to use it for the movie. Well, despite the change, I still liked it. I love the Foxy robot. Chica was awesome. Freddy was awesome. I still don't know if Golden Freddy was the animatronic that was at the house. At least that put Aunt Jean out of commission. They didn't like her as a character. So I don't mind. Bonnie is a very dark blue in the movie. In the movie. Sorry, I'm slurring on my words. Yeah, I ate before I left. I had my 3 packages of ramen. I just bought my ticket. I didn't get any soda, and I didn't get any popcorn. I'm only going to do that when I go see Migration, which is next month. I struggle when singing the Five Nights at Freddy's thing earlier. That's how I always stutter when singing it when I first heard it. Remember, the babysitter got eaten by Freddy. I know! Max was the last one that got eaten. The cronies were killed off. One of the cronies was mangled by the cupcake, I think another guy was attacked by Foxy. Another one was attacked by Bonnie. And the last one was Max eaten by Freddy. It's weird seeing how the bad guys, minus the security guard in the beginning, are the ones that get killed. It's just very satisfying seeing them get their just desserts, their plans being foiled, and causing destruction. That's another thing I don't understand. Like, Mike, when he saw the bodies of Max, as well as those cronies, why didn't Vanessa say, oh yeah, those guys, those were the ones that broke into the building? Like, you could have said that right then and there. Oh, they attacked the building, that's why they got killed. Yeah, why couldn't they just say that? Was that the bite of 87? It works better if the movie took place in the 1980s. It was funny when that one guy that got his face eaten by Chica's cupcake. It wasn't funny, it was satisfying because of the damage, but it's still horrifying to see. Also, I kind of had a crush on Vanessa in the movie. Why does this keep happening? I guess you just really like characters from Universal movies. I know Blumhouse made it too, but Universal distributed it. You seriously... I don't understand. I can understand you had like a crush on Princess Peach, but Vanessa? Really? 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 Okay. You keep that movie crush, I suppose. Like I said, there's just so much wasted potential in this movie. I give it maybe... I want to be generous. I don't think it's bad. I think it's a great movie. I dare even say heartwarming. It's just, there's so much wasted potential and things they could have done, but they didn't. Like I said, having Steve talk to Mike on other nights to give him, like, tips on what to do. No justice for Garrett. He wasn't turned into an animatronic, so he's just dead. I wish there was more screen time with Abby and the other animatronics. And I wish Vanessa told Mike that Max and those other cronies were the ones that destroyed the building, like ransacked it. Sabotaged. Those are things, like, those words right there could have made things a little bit better. Any one of those would have made it much better for me to enjoy, but I don't get why it was cut. Was it going to be there? I don't know. Was it because of time constraints or something? I wish Mike fights Springtrap. No, he got his ass whooped. I think he got hit in the face with Springtrap's foot. Knocked him down. And after showing no remorse for stabbing his daughter. Like, she even says dad. And yeah, he does kind of look worried for what he did. And then he just focuses attention back on Abby. And he's like shocked when the light of justice is shown, revealing that he was the one that killed those kids and stuffed their bodies in the suit, thus giving them life. But they didn't ask to be created. They're tortured souls. I feel so bad for them. I feel so bad for those kids. I feel so bad for them. I don't like some of their actions, But I could see why. They had a reason. And now their main target is Afton. But I was shocked when he stabs Vanessa. I was like, oh no! Yeah. That was... I was shocked when that happened. Jeez. If I want to give a rating, I give this an 8.5 out of 10. I enjoyed it. It's just, I wish there were some things that they could have done where I could have enjoyed it better, you know? So I could enjoy the experience a little bit better. Not saying it's a bad movie. It's just, I just wish what I said earlier, those things happened. I'm just glad that things got patched up with Mike and Abby. I hope Vanessa recovers in the hospital, and I hope Afton dies an agonizing, horrible death in the Springtrap suit. I hope Vanessa returns in the sequel. They better not kill her off. Hey, that's what I said. You know, I just have these what-if scenarios, like, it would make the movie a little bit better. I don't know if it's because of time... There I go again with slurring. I don't know if it's because of time restraints, or notes from Blumhouse, or Universal. I don't know. It's just... Maybe it's a deleted scene, I guess? I don't know. It's just stuff like that I wish was in the movie, but never came into fruition. So to all you people, do not watch this review unless you've seen the movie. I know I struggled a little bit, but this is kind of what happens when I watch live action movies. It's hard for me to really remember some things, and when I try to remember some stuff, I do, and I say the what is, like, what it could have been. The Five Nights at Freddy's movie can't be rated R because the Phantom is younger, from 12 to 13 years old. I know that. It's just, there are just some scenes that I wish had, you know, justice. Because the only characters I like in the movie are Mike, Abby, the animatronics, and Vanessa. I feel bad for the lawyer, Aunt Jean's lawyer, because he's like, oh, I don't want to be here right now. Even I feel bad for the guy. He wasn't even in the movie that much, but I feel so bad for him. Like, why are you even working for this bitch? Leave her. If you're terrified of her, just leave her and just go find another occupation. Go be with someone else. All the other people besides the Matt Pack cameo and the doctor that gave Mike his pills, they're assholes. They're mean. They're villains. They are villains of the movie. You think the animatronics are villains? They are tortured souls. They're like gray area. Those villains I mentioned, Aunt Jean, the cronies, Max, her brother, Afton, those are bad guys. They're bad. The animatronics are just gray area. It's entirely satisfying to see the villains get their just desserts. Also, the guy that played Springtrap played Shaggy in the live-action movies. Well, only the 2 films. Yeah, but didn't he also be the current voice actor of Shaggy? I know that. I know Matthew Lillard did the voice of Shaggy. And I got upset because they didn't bring... I heard that Matthew wasn't chosen to be the voice actor for Shaggy in the movie Scoob. Well, at least he made it somehow to a movie. Good on you, Matt! Hey, we got two Matts in the movie. Plutopian's almost done. I'm sorry if I repeat anything because I was lagging, and if I repeated something twice, I'm sorry. But this stuff normally happens. Like you said, this movie made so much dough. Did it really? The showing I went to, there was only 3 people. 4 if you count a custodian. And 5 if you count me. Maybe it's much more effective during the Halloween season, but this probably wasn't the best showing. But I like the movie well. It's just when there's not that many people, I kind of get anxious. My anxiety goes up a little bit. And it's just hard for me. I mean, I enjoyed the movie, but I just want to be in a theater with full of other people, not less. It just feels empty, especially with the kind of movie that this is. Plutopian keeps getting smaller every time I draw him. Should I probably work on the design? Yes, I want to make it more like a scorpion. It looks more like a dragon than a scorpion. The only thing you got going for it is its tail. In Plutopian, the reason why it's called that is because he shoots out plutonium. Yes, that same substance from Regular Show the movie. It was only a matter of time before I made something. Five Nights at Freddy's is Blumhouse's best opening weekend. Yeah, opening weekend. But I don't think it's going to do good now in November. I think the money stopped coming in for us in this location. I even waited for my ride. Out in the parking lot. Not many cars. Again, not the kind of reaction you want to go through after you see a movie like Five Nights at Freddy's. It's still a horror movie. It still scared me a bit. And being outside in the dark in a parking lot where there's barely any cars, especially in weather that's soon to be snow, that feels like a horror movie in real life. Don't worry, I got home, but don't watch Five Nights at Anime. What? There's an anime for Five Nights at Freddy's? What? I don't know. Is it successful or something? Now that's a horror movie. Are you just talking about anime in general? I didn't save the dragon? It's on my to-do list. Man, I don't know if I struggled earlier while drawing him. I mean, Illumination turned out the best. Yeah, now you have something that's coming out in 2024. That's not the point. Illumination looks more like a dude over here. Balloon Boy. Yeah, that's the very common jump scare that you saw in the movie. What? No. How? I don't... What? Alright, I already gave you my rating, 8.5 out of 10 stars for Five Nights at Freddy's. I love the movie, but there's just missed potential that I missed. Okay. There's wasted potential that this movie desperately needed so I can enjoy it a lot better and have a more satisfying conclusion. They left room for a necessary sequel, but I want to know what happened to Garrett. That's what I want to know. Maybe it'll be explored in the sequel, who knows? See what happens? I normally struggle when I'm talking about live action movies. I did pretty good with the knowledge I have and memorizing everything I saw in the theater. But if it's a cartoon movie, something I'm used to, something I can actually do a review of, well, you're just gonna have to wait until December. I'm gonna get a good night's rest. I gotta be ready for Minion Rush tomorrow. Hey, 2 movies based on video games, Mario movie and the FNAF movie. Oh yeah! They came out the same year. Produced by Universal Studios. How about that? Mario and Five Nights at Freddy's? I guess Universal really does have a good track record when it comes to video games. Adaptations! Video game adaptations. They're terrible with the interactive studio. I already made a rant on that. You can go ahead and watch that rant about Spyro Enter the Dragonfly and the horrible development cycle that Universal put on the poor people at Equinox E and Check 6. But in terms of video game movies, they're reviving the genre. This is how you do it. Now, if you don't mind, I'm gonna go sleep and refresh my mind. Wait, do you think Plutonian should be a scorpion? I'm never watching a movie at night again! Okay, Plutonian, I should probably add pinchers. It'll make it look more like a scorpion.